Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you guys my go-to complexion routine, mask approved. This is like a full coverage, like long wear. This is a day where your makeup cannot move and you want it to look really good in photos and no transfer. If you're interested, you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so first I already prepped my skin with the Primera Alpine Berry Cream. I love this one. And then I'm gonna be using this Milk Hydrogrip primer today. This is like my favorite primer still. It's a really good gripping primer. So I have combination skin more so in the T-zone. So I'm just going to put this on mainly in the center of my face. And the most important step about this primer is you do want it to set for about like 30 seconds because it is tacky and then it'll be harder for your foundations to blend in. So once it sets down, it'll be a bit smoother. Okay, so this will be the foundation I'm using today. This is the Nars Soft Matte Foundation. Still have not found a foundation that's better than this for wearing a mask. So I'm just gonna take a little off the back of my hand. I'm in the shade Barcelona. So I first like to take a foundation brush. This is a Sephora 56 brush. So I'm just gonna mainly focus this kind of on the center. And as you can see, it's a little bit darker than my natural skin tone. I ordered like a darker shade because the neutral, the shade below is like a little too light. And I usually prefer to be more neutral, but then I realized I should maybe start being more of like a golden tone because that's how the rest of my body is, especially when I'm tan. So how have you guys been? I feel like I've been alright. This whole like year has just been a bust, to be honest, but can't say there hasn't been some good from it, so gotta just take what life throws at you, I guess. Okay, so now that I pretty much got that done, I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. I'm actually gonna really squeeze this out. So I still have a little bit left. I'm gonna take that off though. Really wanna make sure that this is dry. The reason why you want to make sure that your sponge isn't wet is because when you use like different brushes or different products, if you get this is wet and then you're putting it on top, it's going to create texture and then you're going to feel like your foundation came off, and we don't want that. But I like this method because it makes them look most natural. Like you'll get the coverage, but you're pretty much just blending everything in to make it nice and flawless. So this is the base we're gonna be working with. I also don't like to go too heavy, even if, let's say, I might put a little bit extra, only because you don't want too many layers on, because then it will also help reduce the transfer. So the concealer I'm gonna go in with is the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. I love this one. I got it in shade 5.75. It's a little bit brighter than my foundation, but it's like my perfect skin tone match, like when I don't have anything on. So this looks so natural, and it has a little bit of like illuminating iridescence in there, so it's really pretty. Then I'm gonna take my beauty blender and just start blending just in those areas. Then I'm gonna do my like nose pretty much last. So with this, you always, so I feel like a lot of people like do swiping motions still. You want to definitely make sure you're pressing and patting your concealer. That way you'll get the most coverage and you'll still kind of keep it in the area that you want it. So one side. Voila. So we're looking nice and bright, and look how big of a difference just doing that concealer on the nose did. My nose already looks slimmer, and we didn't even contour yet. So for me, I feel like contour is like a must. I feel like some people don't care for it, but I need to contour. I love the Huda Beauty Tantor bronzer. It's a cream. I have in the shade Light. I just love the formula of these. They just blend out super seamlessly. I'm gonna be taking this Luxe Beauty nose contour brush. That's actually what it's called. So I'm first just gonna take the small end. This is what I do for my nose. I feel like whenever I do it on camera, I just can't get it as good. Then I do like a little situation like right up there. And then I'm going to take the other fluffier side and start my contour line. So this one I actually go at the top of my ear and drag almost to the end of my eye. Like, so right there is kind of where I'll keep this color. And then you gotta get that jawline, go all the way down here. Same thing with the other side. And then honestly, I don't really warp out my forehead too much, because especially with my curtain bangs, it kind of just like covers that up. So not a big deal. So then I'm gonna take the foundation brush I used earlier to buff all this out. Again, I like to do this just because it comes out the most natural. Okay, and then for my nose, I go in with that fluffy side. Just like ever so lightly blend all that out. Then once I get here, I kind of like connect it under my eyebrows so everything kind of comes together like into my eyeshadow. Hopefully that makes some sense. Pretty much the closer you put it together, the skinnier your nose will be. But you know, you kind of have to work with what you already have, because with like a flatter nose shape, like most Asian people kind of have like a flat nose bridge, it kind of just makes it look a little unnatural. And then I'm gonna take the Beauty Blender to blend out the center situation. Okay. Just really gotta blend this in now. Next is blush. I've been using the Mercier Beauty Liquid Blush in the shade Grace. I absolutely love these blushes. Honestly, one of my favorites from her collection. You literally need a dot and it stays on for so long. This is a matte finish. So she has two different finishes. She has a dewy and a matte, and this one is the matte. And I swear it lasts like 8-10 hours on my face. Blush is usually one of those first colors to go, but this one really does stay on. So I could do the highest points right here, right here. Then I take a synthetic brush. That's important with a liquid. Just so it just can be a bit more blended. Kind of start from here, and then I'll kind of concentrate the most at the highest point of my cheek. Kind of like where I would put a highlight. Then you get this like really natural flush of color. Now I'm going to set my face and take a little bit of the Mercier, of course. I'm not going to do any baking really. I'm just kind of taking my sponge and like pressing the powder into my skin versus like using a brush. So I kind of dip it in, pat it off the back of my hand, and then I'll kind of start from the center. Then really just kind of press this powder into my skin. And this is just going to really ensure that everything's set. And like, oh my god, just like look how matte I already got. Okay, so that's pretty much it for my setting process. I'm gonna do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, so all I did was just put a lip on, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It's mask approved. I'm telling you, it's my favorite and it really stays on. It's just like the best formula I found so far. And it sucks because foundations now have to be mask approved, you know, which is a shame, but hopefully, you know, we can get through this together. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.